So you're probably wondering, how did I get here? Well, let's take it back. Wait, hold up, that's not it. The truth is, after we made the last video on our channel about loupes, I was on a mission. A mission to find the best pair of dental loupes money can buy. I did research after research, but I was sick and tired of seeing the same brand names popping up. Until I stumbled upon a company that really stood out. They weren't a British or American company with massive factories, and they weren't making their loupes in China either. Actually based on a small little island in Denmark.
We come from Samsø, a tiny Danish island which is known worldwide for its renewable energy. The peace and natural beauty of Samsø affords us the perfect environment in which to think big, work hard, and pay meticulous attention to every single detail.
So I started talking with them and found out more about their loupes, and one particular pair of loupes, which is their Rolls Royce of loupes, the Kepler Advanced. And when I found out the price, I was shocked. But the comparison did make sense, but more on that later. Now, when I spoke to them, they said they would only let me review the loupes if a custom pair was made for me. And well, how could I say no? But saying that, guys, this video is not sponsored, no money exchanged hands. This is just me sharing my honest experience with you guys. So first, they sent over Søren, all the way from Samsø, to come in and show me everything and take my measurements. And then I had to wait. But I'm not gonna lie, I started to get a little bit impatient. So I thought, let's see if going there can speed things up.
Turn the rain to a rainbow. Welcome to Samsø!
Now guys, this little island we're on is run on 100% sustainable energy. In the whole island, there's not a single traffic light. Everything is just so calming, so relaxing. As soon as we stepped on this island, we felt it. Time here felt like it was going slower, but not in a boring way. It was very charming and tranquil. And if you want to see more about this island, make sure you subscribe and put post notifications on so you get notified when we release our vlog. Now, when we arrived on the island, we were greeted by Per, the chief marketing officer and the main man behind organizing all of this for me. Next day, we went to the HQ and we were also greeted by Kristen Jensen, the current CEO, who gave us a tour of their current headquarters and the new headquarters that they're nearly ready to move into. We then had breakfast with the team, which is actually something they do every single morning to start the day. They even have lunch together every day, cooked by the kitchen team. They take a 5-minute break every hour of the day and also have half days on Fridays. We talked about the ethos behind all of this and how positively it impacts their productivity. And they also had a little surprise for me. Kim Jensen, the founder of Exam Vision, will be coming in from his holiday just to fit my loupes. If you didn't already notice, Kim is Christian's father, both of which are optometrists running this family business with the same mission to deliver the absolute best loupes on the market. Okay, so let's open up the loupes. I'll open up this way so you guys can see as well. Wow, okay, there it is. Okay, I think it's over here. Oh my God, that looks phenomenal. Look at that. And we've got all the different magnifications, and I think you click it there. Oh, it's a very satisfying click. Should I put it on?
Yeah,
If I may.
So now it's here. I have to adjust the loop now.
Yeah.
Before you get totally excited
Too
about
excited.
what
I'm
you're
not going to
seeing.
look through.
It's very normal, I can tell you, that the dentists, when they get very silent. They just say one word, it's wow, and then they get silent, and then they dive into what they are seeing.
A few moments later.
Wow. And well, as you guys could see, I was stunned. This fitting process is done for every single order, as everything such as the fine focus, position of the loupes on the nose, the bend and the back of the frame around the ear is all vital to the comfort and experience of these loupes. Kim told me that all of their distributor reps go through a vigorous training process to be able to provide this service, and those that are able to will actually come to their offices here for a week to learn everything about the loupes, fitting process, and most importantly, what the company stands for. But I had more questions about the company, so I sat down with Christian in their new headquarters that they're building to have a chat. Do you mind just telling us a little bit more about, Exam Vision's ethos in this beautiful island of Samsø?
Thank you for coming here. It's really a pleasure getting to know you guys. So it's pleasures on our side. Exam Vision as a company is something unique. That's what we try to make sure gets across when you wear our products, feeling that this is a whole package. One thing is making the best materials into a really good loupe, but also having that bespoke way of making our loupes exactly fit your ergonomic working position, and having the entire loupe go into a higher level, that this is made for you, giving you something that makes a difference in your work. Making it in a Danish way where it's made with high quality, high design, and also with good feeling underneath it.
And to answer my technical questions about the loupes, I had a chat with Tamsin, who is the head of business development and actually moved to this island 20 years ago from England. So in terms of getting into the Kepler Advanced loupes, can you tell us a little bit more about, in your opinion, what makes them different and what do you like about them?
Yeah, I think Kepler Advanced is absolutely our flagship. It is groundbreaking because of many things. It has the 4 magnifications and it's carbon fiber and titanium, which means it's incredibly light. So when we were designing it, our dentist customers were saying, hey, we really would like something where we can do maybe some general diagnostics and then zoom in, and keep the same pair of loupes on and get into the really detailed work. Kim and his team have worked to keep the loupe as compact as possible, as lightweight as possible, and keep that working distance change between magnifications as small as possible. And Kepler Advanced does that, which we're really, really proud of. And also just the fine focus part is something that our dentists really, really appreciate. All our customers do in our prismatic loupes, so we were determined to keep that one as a unique feature as well.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the fine focus? Because I feel like, from as far as I know, Exam Vision is the only company that has that. I haven't seen it in other loupes. How did that come into play and how does that affect the quality of the loupes?
Yeah, again, this is our commitment to complete customization. So no 2 people have completely alike sight, even if they have the same pupil distance measurement and they say they would like to focus at about 42 centimeters, for example, if that's their working distance. And we say, fine, but with the high magnifications, it's so sensitive to how your own eyes focus. Those 2 eyes can be slightly different. When we make a loupe, we make it converge to your desired working distance. And I mean, all good loupe companies will do that. But when you get to that point, maybe your right eye is focusing here and your left eye actually wants to focus here.
Right, just a bit behind it.
Just a little bit behind. And normally, if you didn't have the fine focus, you would be able to see, but your depth of field wouldn't be quite as great. When you do the fine focus, you are finding the sweet spot for each eye and you're maximizing the depth of field. So your eyes can relax and your brain doesn't get as tired. And it's something, I mean, it can be those tiny, tiny things that can give you a much more comfortable working day.
So after all the chatting, Tamsin took us around the production facility and showed us how precise and delicate their loupe making process is. One thing I noticed was just how passionate, friendly and relaxed everyone was. The word that came to my mind was hygge. This is the Danish way of living. It's about comfort, coziness, wellness, contentment and so much more. It's all built around the 3 values the company has: We saw that each department had the poster of these values and what it meant for their department and role. Every staff member absolutely loved being there, and I truly believe this does translate to the quality of the product that they're making. Their precision and margin for error was actually insane. I saw a custom-built device they used to measure the optical clarity of each loop using cameras and lasers, and if it doesn't meet their standards, the whole loop is deconstructed and they start again. The light mount doesn't just get drilled into the middle of the frame. They place it in a special device again and point lasers through the loops to find the center point, and then mount the light in such a way that the light is perfectly in the middle. A single Kepler Advanced rod is handmade in a clean room under the most precise conditions and has over 30 components and 9 lens elements. There were so many little steps that Tamsin described to me, and I was genuinely blown away. Now, I left their team and the island with so much to look forward to. I really couldn't wait to try on the loops, but there was one thing I noticed which left me a little bit sad, but I'll come more onto that later. And so here we are. It's been exactly 8 weeks of me using the loupes. I use them for absolutely everything you can imagine. Fillings, root canals, and so much more. I started off mainly using the 3.6x and slowly built up to using the higher magnifications. I immediately noticed I had better neck posture compared to my previous pair of loupes, and the loupes felt extremely comfortable and lightweight. I never felt the need to take them off. Usually after a 1 hour filling, I would be gagging to take off my loupes, but not with this one. Now, when it comes to the clarity of these loupes, they are unbelievable. You just won't get it until you go out there and put on a pair of Exam Vision loupes. Everything about it just absolutely screams luxury and precision. I have used these loupes for about 2 months now, and honestly, I've actually been struggling to come up with cons. I can genuinely only think of 2. First one is a bit of a double-edged sword, and it's that the button on the light comes on with just 1 tap. It's amazing because I can turn it on so quickly when I'm just about to start doing a procedure, but it's a little bit annoying because I constantly turn it on accidentally. But I guess it has actually taught me to be less clumsy, and now I bump my leg into things a lot less. And the main con that we've all probably been expecting, and it's the price. This whole setup with the top of the range loop, the Kepler Advanced, plus the light starts from 5,500 euros. I guess at first I didn't get why it was so expensive, but after seeing the whole process, the insane quality, and getting to know the company, I finally get it. Exam Vision loupes are not for everyone, and they don't try to be. They're a niche brand, just like Rolls-Royce, just like Porsche. Exam Vision have entry-level products too, but at the end of the day, the brand is for those who truly want the best of the best and are willing to pay for the quality, the craftsmanship, and the dedication that actually goes into making the product. It's a luxury experience providing a luxury product, and I truly feel it every single time I use it. And all of this brings me on to what I mentioned before when I said something made me sad. And it's got nothing to do with the loupes. It's that everyone else out there, all of you guys who want to buy a pair of Exam Vision loupes or have already bought the loupes, don't get to experience what I experienced when I was in Samso. At the moment, the only way to get Exam Vision loupes are through one of their distributors, who are phenomenal, but you will likely never get the chance to speak to any of the amazing staff at Exam Vision, nor experience the beautiful island of Samso the same way I did. In a way, I hope this video can be that for you. I hope it shows you just what goes into making the most perfect pair of loupes in the world, and the team and the family behind it. Now I want to end this video by saying a massive thank you to Exam Vision and all the staff involved in making this video happen. A massive thanks to all of you for subscribing, for trusting us with your dental education, and for supporting us throughout the years. If you haven't yet subscribed, make sure you do so you don't miss out on any of our future videos like this one, and stay tuned for the Samso vlog. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.